Good evening, family, and welcome to Open Mic, Open Hearts. I'm your host, Terry Tyree, and as always, this is a space where truth is spoken, stories heal, voices shine, hearts are open, and community comes first. Tonight's show explores how we are standing at the intersection of reflection and renewal between the spirit of Christmas, the power of Kwanzaa, and the promise of a new year. This is a season where we pause, breathe, and remember that even through challenge, community carries us. So wherever you're watching from, your living room, your phone, your laptop, your kitchen, thank you for being here. You belong here. So tonight, I want to introduce you all a very, very special guest, my fiance, Robert Turner, AKA Scrooge Da Man. He's here tonight to bring you all some of his lyrical genius and to share some of his music. And I'm excited to be able to provide the platform. So let's go. Without further ado, I bring to you Scrooge Da Man.
Let's go. One day my life is gonna end. I'm living a life of sin, and every night I rest my head. I think about all my peoples that's dead, and if I don't die before I rise, I hope the next day that I survive. I got a couple questions to ask you, God. Why my life gotta be so hard? Why wasn't I born with a silver spoon in my mouth? Why I live in this apartment and not the house? And the government, they just screwing us over, locking us down and still bringing coke across the border. The TV, all the thing do is tell lies, and in the hood, all I hear is gunshots and cries. I wish I can help all my ghetto children stop the roaches coming in the project buildings. Have you ever lost a loved one to these streets? I lost a lot, and let them rest in peace. Suffered over the years, it was pain without fear. They say real men cry and thugs will shed a tear. One day my life is gonna end. I'm living a life of sin, and every night I rest my head. I think about all my peoples that's dead, and if I don't die before I rise, I hope the next day that I survive. One day my life is gonna end. I'm living a life of sin, and every night I rest my head. I think about all my peoples that's dead, and if I don't die before I rise, I hope the next day that I survive. You got one life to live and two roads to take. It's like chess, home. What's the first move you gonna make? I live a rough life and rhyme from sundown to sun up. Trapped in the game, just trying to come up. Niggas on the block getting knocked off and dropping like flies. It's time for y'all to wake up and start to realize they judge us by the way we live and try to tell us how to raise our kids, but you ain't gotta listen to them. Be your own man, homie, don't depend on them. And everywhere I go, I get harassed by cops. I think about it every day and wonder when it's gonna stop. One day my life is gonna end. I'm living a life of sin, and every night I rest my head. I think about all my peoples that's dead, and if I don't die before I rise, I hope the next day that I survive. Hope the next day that I survive.
I know that's right, baby. Eat it up, period. Woo. Thank you so much for joining us, babe. I mean, to be here and to support you, but ultimately for you to come on and support me means everything. So thank you, and you did a wonderful job. So, like I said, y'all know I'm a poet and didn't even know it. It's like, nah, I knew it. But I have a poem called Just Wanna Win that I would like to share with you all. And this time, it's going to a beat. So, let's see if I can keep up. So, lately, Charlottesville been feeling like the Wild Wild West. Gunfights, street fights, this has been a lot going on. This is my city, and I know I want to win, but y'all want to win too. We just want to win. Charlottesville nights got sirens in the wind, Candles on the sidewalk where the light try to live. Mothers hold their breath every time the phones ring, cause the headline can shatter every hot damn thing. We ain't numbers on the screen or clip up in a reel. We got flesh and we got blood and we just feel how we feel. Gunshots echo louder than promises made while the city moved forward, but this trauma still stayed. Fear in our chests and hope in our hands, trying to raise up our kids in a pressure cooked land. Everybody still stressed, everybody still tired. Everybody wanna win, but not wild for survival. We got pain in the bricks, history in the soil. Ancestors pray while their children still toil. From Vinegar Hill to the corner street lights. Different worlds, different faces, but same long nights. Technology watching us and cameras on poles. Algorithms judging our futures and fixed code. Phones recording tragedy before we even heal. Scrolling through the grief, trying to see what's real. Resilience built this town, block by block, through broken system and ticking clocks. We bend, we bruise, but we ain't gonna break. We turn struggle into something that we shake and bake. Unity ain't easy when the trust been stolen. Justice feel delayed when the wound's still open. Every march and every prayer, every song that we sang is a reminder that we still believe in something, man. Kids will dream of bigger than streets they own. Try to outrun cycles that been spinning too long. Teachers, nurses, and hustlers share the same vision, all fighting for peace in the same damn collision. We ain't asking much, just safety to breathe. A future where fear don't tuck us to sleep. Less graves, more chances, and more reasons to grin, cause at the end of the day, I think we all want to win. See real strong, and even when we hurt, we planting up hope down deep in the dirt. From silence to action, from fear to the unity. We still here, we still rising. That's my community. That's my community. Yeah, period. We rose from the ashes, diamond in the rough. So is it hot in here? Because I feel like somebody didn't turn the heat on. All right, but yeah, Christmas has come and gone, but the spirit of it, love and generosity, compassion, all of that doesn't expire on December 25th. And it has its everlasting effects throughout the entire year. This year really reminded us that Christmas isn't about perfection, it's about presence. It's about showing up for one another, even when resources are limited, even when times are heavy. And I definitely want to take a moment to say thank you to every person out there who gave, who prayed, who volunteered, who shared, or simply checked in on someone else this season, because those are quiet acts of kindness that they matter more than you know. If you help one family, if you help one child smile, if you reminded one person that they weren't forgotten, you did the work of love. I definitely want to lift up something truly powerful that happened during Christmas, during the season of Kwanzaa, through the Angel Tree donations. Our community showed up in a big, big way. I know last year I had the opportunity to speak on the news and to tell the community how important and how valued I felt by the Salvation Army Angel Tree program. And the donations this year were just immense. They were plentiful. The toys, the clothing, the essentials, it was just love wrapped in generosity. And these weren't just donations. These were affirmations. Okay, they told us families, we see you. You matter. Your children matter. Your children deserve joy. And the timing was so intentional because the first principle, of course, I'm learning, but the first principle of Kwanzaa is umoja, unity. Don't shoot me if I'm saying it wrong. Unity isn't just a word. Unity is action. Unity is showing up. Unity is being there when it would be easier to look away. To every donor, organizer, volunteer, and supporter, thank you for embodying umoja. You reminded us that resilience grows when we stand together. over the holiday, I've been learning about Kwanzaa, and I've learned that it is a reminder that our culture, our families, and our future are deeply connected. Each principle, unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith speaks directly to resilience. Resilience doesn't mean we haven't struggled. It doesn't mean that we haven't been through something. It means we keep going anyway. As a community, we are learning how to heal out loud, how to rebuild intentionally, how to pass strength, not just to survival, but to the next generation, that strength that is needed to survive. And that's what Open Mic, Open Hearts is all about, holding a space for real stories, real healing, real growth, and real people. As we prepare to step into a new year, I want to say this clearly. Happy New Year to you and yours. But before the countdown, before the noise, and before that ball dropped and resolutions, we created a space for intention. On New Year's Eve, unincorporated CCRC hosted a New Year's Eve prayer board resilience workshop, December 31st from 6 to 8:30. And when I tell you, it was just absolutely beautiful. It was a workshop to create resilience, to create a supportive space for reflection, release, and renewal, and just share that space and feel that fellowship. Participants came together to reflect on the year behind them, release stress, fear, and uncertainty, create prayer and intention boards, speak hope, healing, purpose into the new year, and just embody the spirit of resilience. The workshop reinforced that resilience is built through community, faith, and intention. We are deeply grateful to everyone who attended and contributed to this meaningful close this year. This was not about perfection. This was about resilience, release, and renewal. That was it. Whether you came heavy or hopeful, you left empowered and resilient. Sometimes resilience just starts with writing it down and saying, I'm ready for more. And I appreciate that. So with that being said, looking ahead for next week, we are stepping into action. We have upcoming civic engagement opportunities because our voices matter, our participation matters, and our presence matters. These events are about staying informed, getting involved, building leadership within our community, and just making sure families know their rights, resources, and opportunities. So take a look here at the community budget forums. The committee would love for you all to attend, and for more information, go to charlottesville.gov/budget. I would also like you to take a look here at the upcoming civic engagement meetings. I would like to add Monday, January 12th, Advocates for Affordable Housing is having a webinar and training session for the 10th Day of Action at the General Assembly. As hopefully you all may know, January 19th is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and in honor to him, there will be a Continuing His Work celebration event at Carver Rec from 1 to 3 with the special keynote speaker, Alex Zan. And then also on January 19th from 5 to 8, I believe at Mount Zion at 105 Langford Avenue, they'll be having a MLK celebration in his honor also. January 22nd, they will be having a Martin Luther King celebration, Amani Perry at the Paramount Theater. Go to their site to get a free ticket. January 29th, which is a big day for me because you know I'm all about that action, which is also my second born Prince's birthday. His name is Logic Tyree Turner. But it's also the 10th Day of Action at the General Assembly in Richmond, Virginia. Charlottesville is very, very excited to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy throughout the entire January. So there are multiple events going on And I do believe that the MLK ceremony at the church on Langford will be having community awards, a dinner, and a keynote speaker, Mr. Juan Diego Wade. So that should be lovely. Just a large fellowship dinner with music and live performances to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy with unity, music, and more. So this is how resilience becomes sustainable. Not just meetings, but the movement, not just talking, but that togetherness, staying connected and being a friend. Bring your family. The community grows when we grow together. With that being said, tonight I do want to take a moment to introduce something new and deeply needed here in Charlottesville. We are in the early stages of building the Charlottesville Community Resilience Center, also known as CCRC. At this time, CCRC is unincorporated, as I mentioned before. We hosted the New Year's Eve workshop, which means we are in the foundational community building phase, listening, organizing, and shaping this work together. CCRC was created in response to what so many of us are seeing and experiencing every day. Families under pressure, individuals having trouble navigating transition, and neighbors needing support, not just services, but connection, dignity, and guidance. The mission of CCRC is to strengthen households facing housing insecurity and related crises by providing support services and emergency stabilization resources and community education that builds resilience and long-term stability. This work is about meeting people where they are, whether that's helping someone registering their child for school, supporting job readiness and resume building, connecting families to resources, or creating a safe space for healing and reflection and community dialogue. This is what we're here for. I, Terry Tyree, am the president of CCRC, and we are looking for founding members and volunteers. Because we are in the beginning phase, we are actively seeking founding members who are not just names on papers, but they're people who want to help shape the values, vision, and the future of the center. We are looking for individuals who care deeply about the community and equity. We believe that we are looking for people who believe in collaboration and ethical leadership, who are willing to give their time, ideas, or expertise, want to help build something, sustainable and community-led, and just believe in community-driven solutions. We also need someone who is committed to ethical leadership and accountability, can support governance, fundraising, outreach, or program development, and all in all want to help shape a lasting community institution. You do not need to have all the answers. You just need to have a heart to serve and the willingness to grow together. So this is my invitation. If you are interested in becoming a founder board member or volunteer, or if you or family need support with things like school registration, resumes, job searching, or navigating resources, we want to hear from you. Until we get incorporated, I also have my own side for-profit business called Terry's Tiny Treasures Resiliency Pathways, in which I provide all of those services to nonprofits, to schools, to churches, to help build resilience and to help educate our community. So please reach out to us at charlottesvilleresilience@gmail.com or at 434-365-9965 to inquire about board membership or if you need any assistance. Again, this is an open invitation to lead and to be a part of something big and to be a part of building resilience right here in Charlottesville. This is not about one person or one organization. This is about showing up for each other and with open hearts and open hands. And that's what community resilience looks like. Open hearts, open hands. Volunteers, their volunteer opportunities include like assisting with workshops and community events, supporting families with resources and referrals, administrative and program support, possibly civic engagement and outreach efforts. So if that interests you, please contact us. If you've been looking for support or an opportunity or a way to give back, this right here is your sign. Charlottesville, we are building resilience together, okay? We're doing this together. So before I close tonight, I want to leave you with this. Resilience isn't loud. Sometimes it whispers. Try again tomorrow, okay? If you made it through this year, honor that. If you struggled through this year, last year, honor that too. If you're hopeful, protect that hope. From Christmas, Hanukkah, through Kwanzaa, into the new year and on, may we continue to show up for one another with open mic and open hearts. I'm Terry Tyree, and this is Open Mic, Open Hearts. Stay resilient, stay connected, and we'll see you next time on Open Mic, Open Hearts.